Hello? Ooh, don't mind if I do. Welcome to my world, Alfred. Now, where should I put you? I mean, I could put you in here, but I feel like that's gonna get really annoying the next time I try to come down here to harvest kelp. No, I think it's worth it. I'm doing it. Oh gosh. Oh my god, he hurts so much. Oh my god. Well, did he keep the name? Did he keep the name? Yes. Okay, he did. Good. Okay. Well, good start to the episode. Welcome back, guys, and happy Monday, of course. I hope you guys are doing really well today. I, of course, am doing fantastic because we just built up this farm area. That was, excuse that real close-up shot of the wheat. That was unintentional, but now it kind of looks like I'm hiding. I'm here. Now I'm not. Anyway, ignoring that. So, of course, last episode we did not do the interiors. So the first step of today is we definitely need to do these interiors. Because while I don't have any use for this building yet other than just looking pretty, this building is going to house my food production. And since there is currently no interior, that means that I don't have a food source. And of course that building is going to hold Matilda. And since there's no interior there, Matilda is still outside. So this episode, we definitely need to do the interiors because of those two things. One of them definitely breaks a fundamental law of nature, and the other one just means that I would need to go buy some food from the villager trading district. Neither of those are good options. So, first step of today, of course, do these interiors, maybe do a little bit of detailing as well. And then something else that I need to do is something that I learned last episode. And I learned it from having built this big project. And what I learned is that I am in no way prepared to do a big project like this. And you're probably wondering what I mean by that. And the answer, number one, I don't have aqua affinity or respiration on this helmet. And that makes things really difficult when I'm trying to do things underwater. Because not only can I not break blocks fast, I also can't breathe. And that just slows things down a lot. So you can see these don't really go that deep, and that's because I kind of just got tired of constantly digging and decided to just wait until I had better armor. Oh, and by the way, you guys have probably noticed, but I kind of change my texture pack like every episode because I'm just constantly trying out new things, trying to figure out, what I like. So, this time I enabled like a 3D sun and moon texture, so we'll see how that goes. I don't know if I like that or the circular texture better, but so yeah, interiors, better armor, and then number 3, I love my drowned farm over there, but repairing these tools takes literally like at least 30 minutes, sometimes an hour, just to fully repair them, and I mean that's way too slow. That really adds on the building time. So I need to make a better XP grinder. So probably what I'll be doing there is going to the end and making an Enderman Farm. And beyond that, I don't know. I don't really have much of a plan. I don't know how much time all that is going to take. But potentially if I get all of that done, I might work on a new shop as well, because I realized now that I'm producing stone and cobblestone over there and basalt, I can start to sell that stuff. And I do eventually have plans to build a piglin trading area, assuming nobody else gets to it first. So then I'll be producing blackstone as well. And, theoretically, eventually I'll have a sort of chunk mining area once I get a beacon. And so then I'll have just kind of crazy amounts of rocks and stuff. So I'm thinking of making a shop that's branching off of the old shop, and I'm just going to call it Rocks and Blocks. And just going to sell a bunch of different rocks. Yeah, we'll see. If I have time, I'll get to that this episode. If not, we can save it for later because it's not really that important. Not to mention, if somebody else gets there first, it really doesn't matter. I can just sell something else. So of course, starting off in this sort of industrial water mill, so the floor is going to be something that I believe is a pretty popular floor design, but I'm not really sure. But normally it's used with wood, but it does also work really well with polished basalt. So essentially what it does is I kind of do a pattern like that where I alternate going side to side. And I think it looks really nice. I think it really fits this kind of a build. It keeps it nice and dark in here, but also makes it look really industrial. You know, it gives that sort of smooth stone slab look, except it's much darker and actually kind of looks more like, you know, wooden planks. Just, you know, very worn out, maybe. Of course, it does look like a really heavy floor, so I can't make the rest of the floors out of this. I know gravity doesn't exist in Minecraft, but I still like things to kind of make a little bit of sense in terms of physics. And there we go. So the floor is now done. So I do need to think of a floor design or like a ceiling design. I'm not really sure about that one. Maybe if I just do like dark oak planks or something. Yeah, I think that could work. It's not great. It is a very low ceiling, and I don't really like that. You know, low ceilings, even like 3 blocks, it just kind of, you know, you walk around and you kind of almost feel like you have to hunch over as you're walking. It just feels really low. I mean, it's not as bad as like a 2-block ceiling, because this just feels like you're scraping your head on the ceiling the whole time. I don't know. I think it'll be okay. I always forget that light gray stained glass is actually invisible if you just put one of them in your inventory. This is a really annoying prank waiting to happen. Okay, and I actually decided to go ahead and do all of the interiors and whatnot without talking about it. So I'll show you that in a second. But with this, it should actually, everything should be completed. So now that the bees are flying around, that should be, why are you going all the way over there? There's flowers right here. But unfortunately, I was going to say this should be an automated farm, but it looks like all of these are level 5 and it didn't trigger the system. And I have a feeling that's because I placed them down when they were level 5. That is not your entrance. What? Oh, it didn't trigger because I didn't put anything in there to trigger it with. Yeah, these are big brain moments coming out of me here. So let me go fix that actually. Actually, I don't think I really need bee products much, so I'm gonna go ahead and use actually these trapdoors, not like that, but I'm gonna use these trapdoors to block bee exiting, and then I can just fix it later when I actually need bee products. But you guys are probably interested in seeing what the interiors are like, or if you're not, then too bad because I'm showing you anyway. But this one, so you guys already know what the floor looks like. I will most likely change it later to fit like an actual style or actually have something in it. But for now, these barrels, or this barrel specifically up on the top, is going to be the one that collects all of the crops, and the actual farm itself, like I said, it's a very sort of 2012 Redstone era farm. It is not particularly fancy, but it isn't meant to be. I might have to expand it later. It actually looks like it might be a little too dark for a couple of these crops to grow. So I'm just going to pop some torches in there, and hopefully that fixes it. But I can actually trigger it now. What should happen when I hit this button is that water should release and push all of the potatoes into the center. Okay, good. Yeah, so that went well. So yeah, not much to really explain here, but yeah, so that is going to be my food source, and I'll collect those potatoes later and refill the farm. And next up, this house. So again, similar to that watermill over there, I don't have really a use for this entire house, but I did just put in like a quick simple interior, so you can see the flooring, very similar to the one over there, just with birch wood instead. And then second floor, yeah, nothing really super fancy. Yeah, I don't really particularly like it. This staircase kind of throws off everything, and it just makes it super asymmetrical in not a good way. But you know, I don't need this house right now, so I'm just gonna procrastinate that for another day. And then of course, finally, the horse stables. So the bee farms are back there. All the redstone is back there, hidden by these trapdoors. And oh, hi. Please go away. So, I as I was saying. So Matilda now actually has a home. What I attempted to do here for this sort of floor is I didn't want any grass to go in because that doesn't really make any sense. I wanted to make it look like sort of, you know, like a muddy area that's kind of been trod upon quite a bit. And yeah, not necessarily dirty, you know, not green, and definitely kind of worn down. You can see in here I made it look even maybe a little bit more muddy. You know, not ideal conditions for a horse, but it's a little more immersive. And of course I have these composters here as if they're sort of like feeding troughs, and cauldrons here, sort of like a kind of water barrel to feed and water the horses. I do kind of want to get a donkey and then maybe also a mule at some point. And yeah, so that is the completed farm area. And actually, speaking of taking Matilda out, I do actually want to go check on my shop real quick just to see how things are going. So let's head on over there real quick before we do anything else. Oh, wait a minute. What is that? Matilda, if you wouldn't mind. I feel like at some point I should like put in a horse grazing spot somewhere around here for like horses to hang out, because I feel like just standing on stone is like, you don't really get a lot of green time, do you? Okay, now I feel bad. Let's go bring you to a field where you can graze while I do my thing. Yeah, so what is this place? Because I see this bridge. That's definitely different. And then all this podzol. And some signs. The mushy room coming soon. Oh, so it looks like maybe a new shop? In partnership with your local tavern association. Not liable for accidental poisonings or blindness. Okay. I mean, that sounds fun. Is this going to be like a mushroom stew kind of thing, maybe? Or like a suspicious stew? I'm assuming with this whole not liable for accidental poisonings or blindness, I'm assuming this is going to be suspicious stew. And honestly, I mean, I'm here for that. I will eat suspicious stew just for the heck of it. And yeah, if it wasn't clear about why I want a donkey and a mule, it's because in Minecraft, of course, you can put chests on donkeys and mules. So not only can they be occasionally a little bit faster than running, you know, theoretically a mule should be halfway between the donkey and the horse in terms of speed. But I can also put the chest on them, so I have a little bit more storage, which would be quite nice. And I also just think that, okay, Matilda, I need you to stay here. Thank you. But I also just think that mules are really cute. They kind of take on the sort of pattern a lot of times of the horse, but they have, well, for one, they're a little bit smaller, but they also have kind of longer, more like floppy looking ears, and yeah, I just think they look really cute. So, oh, and of course, one more iron golem means one more flower added to our flower garden. So on to the next project, and the next project is going to be the Enderman Farm, because as I mentioned, repairing my tools with the Drowned Farm takes a very long time. Fortunately, in the end, Endermen are actually the only hostile mob that spawns, so you can actually get really insane rates in the end if you make an Enderman farm. So the amount of XP that you can get, not to mention the free Ender Pearls, is actually quite insane. So that's why I think I'm going to go do an Enderman farm as opposed to anything else for experience. And to do that, I'm going to need a ton of leaves. Okay, and actually I'm glad I looked that up, because apparently Endermen actually can now teleport to leaves, which I did not know. So building a platform / bridge out of leaves is not a good idea. So I think I'm going to probably use double stacked carpets, which is a bit unfortunate because I don't have a wool farm. I don't think anybody has a wool farm, so that's, I might just run over to my neighbor's base and just kind of ask him just to make sure. And I am back. So we do now have enough materials, at least for the platform out to where the Enderman Farm is going to be. So I thought I'd go check on the end and just kind of get a reminder of what is there or what everything looks like. Whoa. Okay, hang on, hang on. Would you look at this place? It's like a diner. Oh, that's a creative way to make a couch. I like that. Look at me. I'm all comfortable sitting here on this couch. Nice. Oh, is this actually a shop? Jump boost, night vision, regeneration. Are these? Oh, so these are suspicious stews. Wonder how much like this costs. Oh, hidden behind here, we've got some weakness and some blindness. Okay, well I can ask. Oh. Oh, these are all music discs. Ooh, that is a nice selection. But anyway, let's go run to the end. Yeet. Oh my god. Why are you right? Why are you on the... Oh. There's already a platform here. Hang on, does somebody already have an Enderman farm that I just didn't know about? Wait, hang on a minute. There totally is already an Enderman farm that I just didn't know about. At least I'm assuming that's what this is. There's no Enderman. Oh, so it looks like maybe whoever is making this is having trouble getting an Endermite to spawn. But that does mean that we don't actually have to make one then. Guess I'll leave a donation at the bottom. Bunch of wool. Leave these Ender pearls too for use in getting that Endermite spawning. Okay, well, since we don't need to do that, that clears up some time to do some other stuff. So, of course, do some mining so I can get enough diamonds to fund, essentially, building up a whole new set of armor. And I'm back. And this is the haul. Let me break these down, and we'll see how much this amounts to. Oh, and I almost forgot, but most importantly, we did get another friend here. I named her Pearl, and she is one of the white axolotls. Anyway, so of course I'm gonna go put Pearl with all of the other axolotls. You know what? I just realized Alfred, the pufferfish. I think axolotls would probably hunt. So we now have a fourth axolotl. Hopefully, you know, I'll get all of them. I think there might only be 5 variants, and the 5th one is super, super rare. And here's what I got. Not, yeah, like I said, not a lot of resources. I mean, not even a stack of diamonds, which is a little bit unfortunate. The other resources I'm not too pressed about. But of course, that does mean next up, I want to go upgrade all of my armor. I think I'll leave the tools for now because, you know, they're pretty good. I more want to do my armor. So I need to, essentially I need to fix up, yeah, this turtle shell, my boots, as well as a golden helmet. For use in the nether. Oh, actually, protection 4 is not that bad. Feather falling is super expensive. Fairly expensive, but, you know, that's kind of what I was expecting. And hold up. Hold up. That's a jungle sapling. Jungle is like the most valuable type of wood on the server right now. There we go. 8 jungle saplings. That's huge. Because we haven't been able to find a jungle yet. So I don't think anybody on the server has any jungle wood yet. Okay, so I went back and I got my gear. So I think let's just go piece by piece. So maybe let me start with my boots. And there we go. So now my boots are good to go. So next, most important would probably be my turtle shell. Oh boy, okay, that's already very expensive. Excuse me. Okay, so I'm going to need more levels for that. Okay, and I'm going to call this good because it's not, I didn't actually upgrade everything that I wanted to, but I am starting to run low on diamonds. And I think it's good enough. You know, I mean, I got the important one, which is my boots. So this is really going to help me out. And my helmet will be really good. And that's kind of, I mean, the 2 main things that I have on me all the time that weren't really up to par. So I'm going to go head over to the Drown Farm and get some levels and go ahead and put all these books onto my gear. Okay, and the things have been thinged and enchantments have been enchanted. Yeah, so we have our fire starter here. We have our wire cutters here. Of course, we have Shelly, and this is going to be So nice. Having the aqua affinity and respiration, I'll actually be able to terraform underwater now without like mildly wanting to die inside. And of course the memory foam socks. Feather falling 4 is going to be really nice because now, now I can be like flying around and then just take off my wings and I barely take any damage. Did you see that? I took 3 hearts. Do you see how far I fell? I mean, it wasn't that far, but 3 hearts. I mean, that's like crazy. I genuinely wonder sometimes why I don't use armor more often, or at least use like upgraded armor more often, because it makes life so much easier. But now that I have fully upgraded armor, that does mean that I can now do one more thing on my checklist, which I think I forgot to mention earlier, but that is going to be going to the end and doing some end busting. Of course, I don't have shulker boxes at all, and shulker boxes are, well, let's just say shulker boxes make things a lot easier. So I definitely need some as soon as I can get them, but yeah, let's go get ready to go to the end. So I'm gonna need flight duration 3 rockets, because those are the most efficient in terms of space in the inventory. And then I'll probably bring 2 stacks of flight duration 1 rockets, because they are useful for sort of navigating around within the actual end city. And things do get pretty crazy in end cities, so I'm gonna switch to regular arrows instead of, my nice herdy arrows. And I am gonna need a shield and a sword as well, a looting 3 sword. I'm just gonna hope and pray that I don't lose my my pickaxe, because that's gonna be real sad. But I think this should be everything that I need. So yeah, let's go head over to the end and start some end raiding. And I'm back, and that's because I actually, out of everything, ran out of arrows. So note to self for the next time I go on an end raid, maybe get an infinity bow. Because, I love Betsy here, but in a place like an end city where, I can't pick up the majority of my arrows after I shoot them, probably better for me to just go with infinity. But you guys are probably wondering what the loot is, and, first off, I got 2 ender chests. Not that that's really anything special, but, so I have this many shulker boxes, however many that is. I can't do math. It looks like 15. Plus 15 shulker shells, so I'll make another 7 boxes. So that is quite nice. Yeah, whatever that is, 22 shulker boxes, which is gonna be pretty helpful. Not to mention, I now have ender chests. I'm always too lazy to build ender chests, so I just always collect them from end cities. But yeah, now I can actually have like a backpack. But in terms of the actual loot, if I could just find the correct boxes that have them, here is what I got. I only actually found 3 end cities, and only one of them had elytra, so 2 of them were actually very small. But here's what I have. So 1 elytra, a bunch of random gear, and a bunch more random gear. Yeah, nothing really that special. I did get 1 dragon head. That is the important part. Maybe I'll display that somewhere or hide it, because I feel like displaying heads might be a little bit creepy, but that's fine. I'm not going to worry about it. But yeah, so that's the loot. Let me go get it organized. Okay, and with all of that squared away, oh, maybe I could actually just put this on. Oh, wow, that is close. Oh my god, this head is massive. Oh my god. Look, I'm talking. Oh, hello. Hello there. Okay, anyway, y'all, that is gonna do it for me today. Unfortunately, I am out of time, but I do hope that you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you all next time. Bye!